hippophobia the fear of?
Wait, what?
Hippophobia is the fear of what?
Hippophobia is the fear of what? It's called hippophobia. What are
Like
you afraid
literally
of?
the scientific name of it is hippophobia.
No.
Wrong.
Hips.
Wrong.
You're reading your mind?
No.
No.
Nope. Nope.
Fear of fear?
No, that's hippopotamonstroscopiaphobia, which is fear of long words.
Yes.
Which I think is great because it's a test and a diagnosis all in one. The fear of horses.
Yes. Hippophobia is
The reason for that is hippopotamus is Latin for river horse, a horse of the river.
Yes.
Hippo is Latin for horse.
Yes.
Because for some reason all of science is in a dead language.
Why couldn't they just call it equinophobia?
Because
Hippo is horse.
hippo is horse.
Okay, you can look up now. No, I mean
You look forward.
this gives it the shiny plasma effect. If you've ever gotten a bad rug burn and just kind of starts pooling this yellowish color,
Yeah.
that's plasma. That's what this stuff is. Anytime you get a subedermal burn, cut, anything that does not intersect with the I'm going to speak English. Anytime you take off enough skin for it to actually damage the skin, but you don't cause it to bleed, this stuff comes out.
It's nasty.
90% wounds that are not burns will have this stuff. It's plasma. It's actually a yellowish color. It is gross as hell. Yeah, a lot of that makes is poking someone in the face and going, nope, not done yet, and walking away. So I have to wait for this to set. While I'm waiting, I was about to say, while I'm waiting, I'm going to do yours. Seam ripper that my dog got a hold of. Normally they don't look like this. Do not look for this model. This is called chewed on by dog. This is the second one. The first one, he actually ate the entire thing. He was fine.
He's fine.
Which I think is probably why I was so mad at him. I couldn't feel bad for him because he was fine. If someone is going to do this to you, please make sure you have the full faith in them, the same faith that the government has in their banks. Oh God! Which is a lot, actually, sadly. I didn't say the people, I said the government. This is sharp. This is sharp. Do not go, nah.
I'm gonna die.
You're going to hold it parallel to the skin and poke and pull.
Okay, so
Doesn't it? This actually has a little blade in it, so if you pull things towards the back of it, it will slowly cut things. Now, for a serrated knife, it's not supposed to look perfect by any means. If it's a smooth blade, it will have a nice smooth cut. Otherwise, you're going to pick and pull and cause little ripples. And not stab your friend in the face.
or the eye, please.
Or the eye, by her request. If your friends do not request it, you can stab them in the eye. This is not condoned by Metrocon or Biohazardous Creations. This is of your own volition. This is one reason why I don't like liquid latex is it's very easy to actually pull up. There we go. Now we're cutting things.
If you wanted to have the smooth edge, what's the best way to cut it and actually make it smooth?
You don't want to do it out of liquid latex at that point, or you want to layer it up to already have the cut pre-done in it, because this is what will happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Things will goop. Goop, goop, goop. Now, the good thing about liquid latex is that when things goop, you apply a little more and stick them back down. You're the one who volunteered for this.
Sure. Sorry, I gotta keep dead face on.
Woo! Stick. I said stick.
And you could pretty much apply the same technique to something like a bullet wound, only you'd want it to actually drip out of it.
You want a hole for a bullet wound.
Well, yeah.
Entry wound of a bullet wound is actually going to be almost a complete circle. It's going to be very small. The exit wound is the one that will actually take off the entirety of the back of your skull if it's a head wound.
So, does that mean the edges of most bullet wounds are actually going to be smooth? Because I've seen like pictures of it and it looks
smooth. They're going to be puckered a bit because it is pulling things inward. They're also burned.
Okay.
So they will ripple the skin a little bit, but they're not going to be the giant wounds wounds that people do for them. That is the exit wound. So please, again, that's another thing. If you get shot, do you have an exit wound? Is a bullet still rattling around somewhere inside of you? Something I've seen someone do is they had one single bullet wound in the head. When someone goes, hey, what about the exit wound? They actually had a little metal marble in a Easter egg, and they would shake their head and shake it, and so you could actually hear it rattling, and it was gross and creepy and great.
What if they didn't spit it out or something crazy?
They did that too. They would literally and spit a bullet into their hand. I love the people I was in the army with. They're insane. Like most people who are in the army.
So basically, if you want to do like a bullet wound in the arm, you'd have basically the simple entry wound.
And then you'd have a ripped out, peeled back exit wound. If it hits bone, did it break? Is the bone now torn out of your arm? You have a lot of questions to ask yourself. If you are not squeamish, the best thing you can do is actually look up the wound in Google. Be warned though, some of them are extremely disgusting. They will make your stomach turn. But that is how you get the most realistic wounds. I was mass casualty respondent, along with a couple of our MOSs in the military. I was classified as a casualty respondent. I've seen people who have actually had a bullet graze their face and rip it open. One guy was able to stick his tongue out of his cheek. He thought that was really cool because he was in shock and could not feel it. He did not think it was so cool once that wore off. Okay, his is mostly dry now. I shouldn't have done that.
I was about to say that. I was going to say.
That one was a little warmer than the other one was, sadly. Now, the best thing about this stuff is, though, if you're very careful when you pull it off or make a base of paper, you can actually peel it off and glue it back down later on. So it can be a multi-use piece. They're wonderful. If you do this and you look at it and go, oh, that is gross, I hate it, and not gross in the good way, take it off, put it in a plastic baggie, stick it in hot water again. It remelts. You can pour this into molds. Anyone who was here at my previous mold panel, you can actually make a mold of a wound and pour this stuff into it and use it. We have done it. They didn't turn out how we wanted, but they looked cool, and my dog ate one. I have a dumb dog. He just turned 1 though, and I love him. I still have a dumb dog. Not as bad as her dog. Her dog's an enabler.
Your dog is worse. Don't even.
Her dog is taller than mine, so he'll pull the things off the table my dog's not allowed to have and give them to him.
That doesn't mean my dog's dumb. That means my dog's smart enough about it.
I said your dog's an enabler. Do I have like 5 minutes?
Yeah, less than that.
Aww.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, guys.
So you guys now know how to do kind of the base makeup for this. You can keep the wound on your forehead if you would like. You can throw it away when you get back to your hotel room. I won't know, so I can't be offended. Hot shower will get the rest of it off. Okay? For liquid latex, peel it gently or rub. Rub it will get it off. Baby oil too will help. Sadly, I don't have time to actually color these because I talk too much, I guess, for once. I don't know why you guys stay to listen to my voice. I think you're all just insane, bored, or have nothing better to do. Goodbye. Thank